you say, can you see? Sorry. Okay, we are live. Normally I say, like, okay, we're live, but I kind of forgot what I was doing today, so it kind of just turned into the national anthem. Anyways, we're live now. Let me pop out the chat. Bam, there we go, live. What's up, Green Hornet? Congrats on getting first on Twitch. Congrats, Styrofoam, on getting first on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? We are back on the Sheep Fricker grind, chat. So, should be dope. I love you, Pumpkin. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate that. Not first because the notification was 30 seconds late. L for you. Be more psychotic. I feel like building the Sheep Fricker is already pretty psychotic. I don't know what else you want me to do. Alright, I think I currently have my sound all the way off. Yesterday, while I was playing Bedrock, I was AFK next to the honey block. Or next to the honey farm. And, so now I have a bunch of honey. So I need, I forget exactly how much I need, but what I want to do, oh crap, I have to relog to get my render distance to go back up. By that I mean love the word, keep going. Okay, word. So let me find out exactly how much honey we need. I think it's multiple shulker boxes. So let's just fly over to the Sheep Fricker over here. There we go. I love watching it load in. So if I go schematic placement, I'm pretty sure it's this one, and then we refresh. Maybe it's not this one. There we go. Okay, I need 3 shulker boxes of honey blocks. So what I want to do, we almost have one, or we have one. We have over 1 shulker box. So the first thing I want to do today is fix up the honey farm. One problem with it right now is that it does not have... It isn't set up to be able to handle... It currently can't handle if I leave it running for a while. So what I want to do is I want to expand this system so that it has a shulker box loader and so that it recycles the glass bottles back into here. How does that machine work? Or, what, the Sheep Fricker? Flying machines. They should add Copper Golem. I never really cared about the Copper Golem, to be honest with you guys. I know. Terrible take. But I didn't really care about the Copper Golem. So... Okay, so basically what we want to do is, basically right now, any glass bottles that get crafted up in here go right into here. So what I want to do then is add an item filter to here so that it will sort out the honey blocks and then take the glass bottles and put them back into there. So, I think the first thing we're gonna do... Do I have any empty shulker boxes? Let's just put down a chest, then. It's 2 a.m. I was about to go to bed, and then I saw this thing. Why? Because it's awesome. Okay, so let me just put some of this stuff away, so I have a bit of room in my inventory. So... Okay, so this is gonna stay here, right? Except I'm gonna put some of the bottles back for now. So I'm just gonna have that one chest there, because once I upgrade the storage, you shouldn't need to have an infinite amount of bottles, or you shouldn't need to have a lot of bottles. You should only need a few. So what we're gonna do is we can break that, first of all. And then, what we want to do is, I think, Well, for a shulker box farm, or for a shulker box loader, this is too low to the ground. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to break this to start. And it's going to drop a bunch of those guys. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like a dropper line that moves the items up a couple of blocks just so that I have a bit more room to work with. If that makes sense. So the items will get put into here. And then they'll go into here. And we can put them into there. And then we'll have a little dropper line. How do I make a dropper line is an important question that I don't really remember the answer to. I think we can do something like... something like you take this guy, and then if this is here, it's going to power some... Oh, there we go. Where's my other redstone shulker box? Why is it not in my ender chest? Let's go find that. Bro, what are you doing, Altarock? Rabbit of Undying is crazy. Alright, I'm done now. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's grab my redstone shulker. It should be somewhere around here. I'm not entirely sure where it is. I'm thinking probably by the wood farm. I AFK'd the wood farm, the the dark oak wood farm, a day or two ago. Yeah, there we go. And it's lovely. Oh, wow. My mob switches evidently not working right now. Are the extreme beacon effects ever inconvenient for you? Not really. I typically enjoy having them. Interesting. It seems like this is just like killing them too fast, and so there's still mobs spawning. Huh. I don't want mobs to be spawning though. I'm used to my life of not having mobs spawn ever. That's because the other day I put the minecarts back. I put the minecarts back because I noticed they weren't working at all. But I'm thinking I can just turn them off and then turn them back on when I want them to work. Gosh dang it. Oh my gosh. Why is this so loud? Why is this the loudest thing in the history of mankind? Oh my gosh. These shulkers are way too loud, bro. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Leave me alone. Let me out of here. Okay, so now they should build up, and they'll build up to 70 again, and then I'll not have to deal with mobs anymore. I'm a bot coded by Dash4. Please like and subscribe to see more stream. True. Like and subscribing, chat, is epic. I really wish there was a like feature or something on Twitch. That'd be nice. I just like that you can like encourage people to like the stream on YouTube. You can't do that on Twitch because there's no such thing as liking a Twitch stream. Other than just like enjoying it. Please go visit stream on Twitch. True. If you want less stream delay and stuff, Twitch is a good place to go as well. The streams are both pretty good. I like to think. What I think we're gonna do, here's my plan, okay? And I'm not 100% sold on if this is gonna work. But okay, so this guy didn't get powered from that. Oh, I guess I can just put Do I not have a redstone dust? Hold on. There we go. And so now, if you get enough in there, it'll start just doing that. Oh. Lovely. Wait, is that actually moving them out of there? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, cool. I didn't know if it was. It did actually move some of them out. Nice. Dash hates his viewers and only does YouTube for money. You know me, guys. Alterock bot won't tell me my points. How did you learn Redstone? Just by kind of doing a lot of Redstone. I don't even know how did I learn Redstone specifically? You know, I think I'm gonna, to make this actually work properly, we'll make, oh, here we go. You do that. There we go. Look at that. And then we just add a target block right here. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Very nice, very swag. It pushes all of them up to there, and then it stops itself. Oh, lovely. Okay, redstone. Yay, we love redstone. Okay, so then let's just add like this here, and then it'll push them into there. Okay, cool. So now we have some extra room. Because basically, if you don't know what the problem was, the problem was just that I had no room to work with. So now this will bring, now all of the items will get sent all the way up to the top. And like that. What's up, saddest guy ever? How's it going? Dash, can you please ban Alterock? Alterock is the bot of the stream, chat. I can't ban him. He's a bot. Well, I guess you can ban a bot, but I'm not banning my bot. You know, I coded him to be like this, apparently. I was about to say, why does this song kind of slap? But oh wait, no, I don't think I have this song liked. Let me like this song. I kind of like this one. It's very like synthy and vibey. Bam. There we go. Okay, so now these guys are gonna go over to here. We're in the newer version where I don't need to put composters on top of them. I can literally just put blocks. Very nice. And then I'm gonna put a block here. We're just gonna put that like so. Put that like that. Put this like so. And then let's get my observers set up. So the observer system is actually fairly simple. Basically how it works is we're gonna have an observer facing down right here, and then this observer is going to be facing into it from here, right? And so how it's going to work is you have a comparator here. We're going to have a chest here. Let me grab I lost a comparator at some point. I have more comparators though. Okay, cool. So basically this system is just going to compare the signal strengths. So if I put that like that, we're going to put this right here, and we're going to set this guy to be 8, so that as soon as, I can't remember the exact amount, but we put this many wooden shovels in, which, yeah, it does set it to 8. And then so once 3 honey bottles get into here, this is going to change to 9 in just a second. There we go. It changes to 9. The observer detects that. This observer detects that this observer changed, and it powers that and sends the item into there. And I'm pretty sure that's working correctly. I did wind up with some sugar, but I think that we're still fine. Yeah, there we go. See? And so then what we're going to do is we're going to have... This is going to come into a hopper line that's going to sort out all of the glass bottles from the honey blocks. This is a crafting table. Dude, imagine if they had the crafter block. This is a crafter. You can craft anything you want without you even needing to do it. I hope when they make a second Minecraft movie, I really hope they make Henry just like a Redstone genius. I feel like he is like really smart in real life, and so it would make a lot of sense if he just like pulled out a flying machine. Like that'd be a cool scene too. Like imagine they had to like chase after someone or run away from something, and he's like and just builds a flying machine, and they get on, and it's like like that'd be so sick. Henry got to make a redstone calculator. That question is really easy. I used ChatGPT to generate some of them, and I thought I got rid of some of the really stupid ones, but I guess I left that one in. Well, whatever. Why? I don't know. Override command. Bro's banning Alterock. Dang, that's rough. Sorry, Alterock. You're banned, I'm pretty sure. I think it's over for you. I don't think I actually even have any ability to stop it. I'm pretty sure it's just over for you, so it was nice while it lasted, I guess. I realize I need to put this here, right? So basically what we're gonna do is we're just building, this is just super duper simple little bit of a item filter. Bam. I need more than one redstone dust. I also need a redstone torch. Boop. Did I build this wrong? Or is there just a block that goes there? Is that how that works? Henry would make a flying machine to chase the Ender Dragon? That'd be fire. Mumbo Jumbo mentioned that when they were initially talking about the movie, I don't think that's how that works, is it? Oh, wait, it is. Okay, this guy... Oh, wait, enabled is supposed to be false. Yeah, okay, so that is working. I did that right. I'm sorry. I'm just being silly. I'm being a little bit of a silly Billy. Oh, you know what I just realized? Okay, so I actually... You need to build this... You build this differently if you want it to be tileable. Don't know how... I should really know how to build this off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, it's 2 blocks, and then it's down like that, and then it's up into here, then it's a redstone torch right there, and then you put your comparator right there. But how does this redstone torch do anything? I'm confused. Why do I suck? What is that thumbnail? It's exactly what we're doing. It's a real thumbnail. I'm just trying to look at this for like comparison. Where's the item filters are on the opposite side. They're a little bit more complicated. They're actually a lot more complicated. They're not particularly helpful to me, I don't think. Whee! Where's the nearest item filter that I have set up? There's probably one in the overworld that's pretty simple. I guess I could just do one of the box loader slices now that I think about it. I think I have a schematic saved of it so that I could just copy it. Let's see if I do. Let's see, do I have a stick somewhere? I mean, I'm sure I do, but I just don't know where. Okay. Let's see, I think I do believe that I have a box loader somewhere. Let's see if I can find that. Okay. Box loader. Would that be slice of shulker box loader? I bet is what it's called. Yeah, there we go. This is actually a little bit probably too complicated now that I think about it. So, how do I go about... I actually have, like, no idea how I do this. You know what? Here's how I do it. I'm pretty sure it's not tileable if I make it one smaller. But it will work if I make it one smaller, so I can just... This will be not the greatest redstone I've ever done, but it will be functional, I think. So what we'll do is we'll have this redstone points into... Or this hopper points into this block. And this hopper is going to be locked. Actually, is this how it normally would work? Do I put like that? No, okay, now everything's coming through. So, okay, so what we're gonna do, if we want to sort out bottles, we're gonna put like those blocks like that. And then we will put chest right here. And does that work? Or will it let all of them out, or is it gonna only let some of them out? I'm not sure. Nope, it stopped, okay. The fact that it stopped is a good sign. Let's go. So then, now that that is like that, I'm realizing I should have built it facing the other direction. If I build the filter facing the other direction, this chest right here, I can just easily hopper it over to here. So we're gonna do that. Didn't really account for that. It is a very easy thing to build. So it's not even a deal at all. I was gonna say it's not a big deal, but it's really not a deal. Like, we are like 4 seconds away from being done. 3, 2, done. There we go. We rebuilt it on the other way. And I just need to make it like bring this to right there. And then we put bottles into there. The bottles make their way back into here. And we now have an infinite bottle supply, I'm pretty sure. And then the honey should make it past here, if I have done it correctly. Nope. The honey did not, in fact, make it past there. Crap. Or, well, no, so the honey made it past there, but so did the bottles, is the problem. It's been a while. How do you get your streams to show up on your channel after they end? On my YouTube channel or on Twitch? What did I do wrong? It's been a while since I've built, like, not an ice, you know, like, something that doesn't involve ice for this. Remember 2 days ago when I asked you if you would scream at the top of your lungs for $200? I do. So it is getting about half of the bottles. I could possibly just add another. I'm not sure if this is tileable, though, is the one thing. I want to say that it isn't. If I just added another slice here, though. This might work fine. We'll find out in a second. This might sort all of the glass bottles out. I hope it does. Wait, hello? Why are glass bottles not getting sucked by these? What? Ain't that like the whole point? Do I not understand how item filters work? Oh, I guess they're never making it in there for it to transfer them. How the hell do you do an item filter without having ice above it? Man, why am I bad at Redstone? Oh my gosh. So you have it run across. You have the top one run across, and you have the bottom one is supposed to suck in items. But it's supposed to only suck in... It's supposed to only suck in items... Oh, you know what? You know what it is? I think... I'm thinking that we have to build this one higher, maybe? I'm thinking we use the signal from here to do it. Bam, bam. And I think that makes it false. Yeah, okay, so that... Oh, that did not face the correct direction. Let's see if I did this right. I hope. All right, so... No, I don't feel like this would do this right, though. How in the world do you do this? Maybe watch a tutorial? I should. I really should. But I just feel like I should know how to do this. So, like, the pride in me doesn't want to, you know? I have too much pride to, like, want to do that. But I don't understand how item filters work anymore. What am I doing wrong here? Item filter Minecraft. This is, like, literally what I built, isn't it? Is this not, like, literally what I built? It has the line there. Did I not have the extra hopper beneath it? Maybe that's the problem? Deshix explained what a comparator does, like, 5 times, and I still don't get it. That's crazy. Comparators are hella simple. Comparators just tell you how many items are in a thing. Well, that's like one of the things they do. It's not all of the things that it does, but it's one of the big things that it does. So, here's what I think that I need to do. What I think I need to do is I'm gonna raise all of this by 1 block. And the reason that I'm going to do that is because I think that if I do that, the hopper line here will line up correctly. That's what I'm hoping, at least. The torch is not under the hopper. Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing now, maybe, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. Because it was under the hopper, at least I'm pretty... It appeared to be under the hopper. Could be stupid, but it really looked like it was under the hopper to me. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, I don't know why I'm placing those there. We put boop, then boop, then we put bam, bam. We put chest. We put our shovels. Put our shovels in there. We put that there. And then we put those into here. I think it's crafting honey. I think it's crafting sugar as well, but... Oh, maybe it isn't. It actually might not be crafting sugar, which is good. If Dash sees this, do you have any tips for making money so I can afford Minecraft this summer? Also, I live in the country. What? The country, like, you mean like a rural area? Or do you mean, or did you just like forget to say what country? You can craft sugar from honey? Yes. As far as I'm concerned, a almost completely useless thing. I don't know of any time that I've ever used it. But you can. Rural? Okay. I don't have any idea when that would be useful, to be honest with you guys, but apparently people are shocked by that. I thought that was just common knowledge. It's kind of crazy that people don't know that. Oh, I gotta keep things within the chunk area. I can't let it go too far away. Okay, so now we have... Now we're gonna have our... We're gonna have our... Yeah, we have our sorter on this side. So we're gonna have hopper, hopper, and then put this like so. I hope that this works. Well, that's only locking the bottom one. I'm pretty sure for this instance we have to do the small little itty bitty guy so that it locks both of them. Because I'm pretty sure this locks both of them. Nope, it does not. Huh. How does item filtering work? This is so weird. This is like exactly what that image showed. So I'm really not entirely certain. Yeah, look at that. This is the image. So I don't know. I mean, you know what? Let's see if it works. I'm gonna put some glass bottles into there. Oh, it might be working fine. That might be working correctly. Man, item filters are complicated. They're weird. So you put that in there, and it's gonna send them to over to here. Okay, cool. I think we got it. I think we got it. Well, what I was looking at is that this guy isn't showing that it's locked, but it is locked. That's why I was confused. Because this guy is not enabled right now, but the F3 menu is saying that it is. If it was enabled, these items would be going to the next hopper. But this redstone torch is disabling this one and this one, but it's just not showing that, which is what was confusing me. See you later, coconut. Okay, so now I'm gonna build I'm gonna build another one of these. 2 blocks to the side because I'm not entirely sure if this is tileable, but as well it will give me more space for the shulker box loader because I want to just have a box loader so that we have so that I can just get honey all the time. That's kind of the goal here. I want to just have a the honey farm. I'll just run it like all the time. It's not the fastest honey farm, but it does. If it continuously gets me honey, then it should be good enough, you know? And I don't really wind up using honey all that often, to be fair. Oh, you know what? This guy might not be able to handle all of the bottles that come through. It might not pick them up fast enough. Or did it? I don't know. Let's see. If I put stone in here and then my honey in there. Honey's going through there. Let's just add a chest on the end here. And let's see. Will anything make it through? I might need to add more glass sorters. My brand new mouse that supposedly lasts a year just died. Dang, that sucks. Hopefully you can get like a refund or something. I don't know if you can, but I would imagine you might be like covered by warranty or something. I would hope. See, this is a huge innovation to my honey farm, because now we have literally infinite honey. Or we should have completely infinite honey production because of the auto crafter, which is pretty nice. So basically, it's just recycling all the bottles. So it should be good. It should in fact be good. And I'm gonna put those blocks there so that we don't have any extra lag. And I'll put these blocks here as well. That stops lag. Yeah, so let's just build a box loader then. Do I know how to build a box loader off the top of my head is another question. Box loaders, I think, are more intuitive, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and at least give it a try. Because I think that a box loader is relatively intuitive. You know what? We'll build it like far enough away that the redstone torch won't be a problem. Box loader time. Okay, so we have this here, and then we're gonna have I have my shulker box. I have my shulker of shulker boxes. Whee! So then we're gonna go ahead and have, I think how it looks is you're gonna have the box right here, and then right beneath it is going to be a bam bam double chest, and then we have this guy. No, that's wrong. Sorry. This hopper will go right here, right? Then underneath, we got a dispenser. The dispenser is gonna go right here, right? Right? Hear me out, chat. Let's see if I know how to do this. Right? We have that. And then you put those like that. This is for our, these are to supply more shulker boxes. We're gonna have a observer that faces down. Oh lord, I think I have to build this further away. I'm just realizing. I'm realizing that there's not enough room for the redstone here. So let's just move this a couple blocks further away. Bam, bam. Just so I have plenty of room There's probably a more compact way of building this, but it's not a huge issue to me how compact this thing is. So we're going to have... This block is going to be a dispenser. Nope, that's the wrong block. That's going to be a dispenser. Then bam, bam. Then we have our chest right here. Like so. Then we have, I do believe we put this like this. We put block here, I want to say. This is Borkon's shulker loader, for those of you who don't know the design. I don't know how you access this chest. I feel like there is a way, but this has to be a solid block, or else this redstone signal won't go up. You might just build... You actually might just have, like, 2, like this. And then this block can be, like, a slab. Why don't I have a crafting table, bro? Where is my crafting table? Slab. I said slab. There we go. I was on top of that. Thank you, Jitter. Might as well promote me to admin. Crazy. So, okay, so here we go. So basically, if we want this guy to be full, this signal strength is going to be... Oh, wait, you don't even need to do that, because what I do is I just make it, you know, let's just look at the freaking thing. Because I know, like, most of the way how to do it, but there's definitely something I'm missing here. Oh, wait, I'm so stupid. I just make the chest right here. Okay. I'm just being dumb. Okay, there we go. So you do that. You lock the hopper. That wasn't the issue. I was just trying to figure out how you access the chest. So then you have your blocks here. You have a lever. Bam, bam. And then we grab a lever. There we go, a lever. Bam. That's done. And then we go... And we try to place that. There we go. Nice, we got it placed. And then when that guy goes through... Yep. I do know I believe I know the rest of it from here. I think you just put a block. Yeah. Oh, you don't even need a block there. Yeah. Okay. And then you have your shulker box, or your box full of shulker boxes right there. And I am pretty sure that this should be working. This has 16. So if we were to fill it up with... If we were to fill it up with all of these, except for like 5, you know, except for those few, we replace this, right? And we put this guy right here. And then let's get some extra shulker boxes. Put them in there. Then in just a minute or so, we should see it get filled up to the max, which would be pretty lovely. Oh, I need to replace all these blocks with glass so that we don't have any spawnable blocks around here. Oh, I just accidentally dropped my pickaxe. Whoopsie. That is, we got 4 away. So we should be good in just a second. I mean, we'll see. As long as it replaces it, we're good. And that means it's working. I can also, I'm gonna do the glass thing in a second as well, just to make sure that it's all working well. Or so to make sure that we don't have a lot of like spawnable blocks. Because I think this area might be within the spawning radius of that. Two more, chat. Oh, one more. And we will see if it's working. Oh, no, not this again, bro. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. Hey! Oh. It didn't work. Oh, wait, because there's supposed to be a dropper here, right? I'm quite certain that I'm missing the dropper. Yep. There's supposed to be a dropper here instead of a hopper. And so then when that guy does, let's just take one of these out and then put it back in and just test. Huh? Oh, I didn't pick it up. So that has one missing spot in it. And should be... There we go. All right. Cool. Nice. Nice. Let's just fill this. So I'm like... Now that I have an actually good wood farm, I'm like hella rich on... I'm very well off in terms of how much, in terms of how much wood I have. And wood was kind of the main thing that held me back in terms of making everything able to be like box loaded. So now that I have a ton of wood, I can start loading everything with a bunch of shulkers. So that's pretty neat if you ask me. Here we go. All right, nice. So now this guy can produce, you know, a whole double chest of honey blocks. And it should never run out as well, which is amazing. That's probably the best part, is that I don't have to constantly refill it. I used to have to refill it every once in a while. Let me go grab some glass blocks so that I can grab some glass blocks so I can just place them over top of stuff without them breaking. And then we have a bunch of... Okay, nice. We're looking pretty good. We're already looking pretty good on honey. But our honey farm will now be running, like, permanently. So, that should be pretty good. Oh, okay. So that did craft sugar. But that's fine. How much honey do you need? I need 3 shulker boxes of honey blocks. And honey is a decently hard item to get lots of if you don't farm it. So I just set up this farm. Well, I actually set up this farm years ago, but I didn't chunk load it for whatever reason, so it didn't have any honey. I also had it built slightly wrong until like 2 days ago. So now it's built right. And I also just added the shulker box loader and the system to make it auto-craft everything, so it's looking pretty good now, if you ask me. Let me grab some glass blocks just to make it nice. Dash has created infinite of me across infinity. Why the censored was I even timed out? See, that's one way to avoid chat filtering. And it's not even avoiding it, so like I can't say anything about that. Is your massive forehead compensating for something? It's compensating for me having a massive brain. Can't have a huge brain if you don't got a huge forehead, you know? It's just a side effect. I'm like Megamind for real. For real. People really call me Megamind like that's an insult. Megamind's a freaking genius and he had a fire movie, so I take that as a compliment. Please be more pleasant in stream. Censored you. That's funny. Bam, 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 bam. Glass. And then this is going to be... These will just wind up in there. Glass right over that. Glass over that. We're just going to try to get rid of any spawnable blocks from here real quick, just so that I don't have a bunch of ghasts flying around or anything. That's kind of the one thing that I don't want. Bunch of ghasts flying around would be annoying. Okay, there are stone blocks in there now, so I have to fix that. You know what I can do, though? I can put these honey blocks in there, just so they'll be in a box ready for me. Bam. Put a glass block there. Put a glass block above this. We need a glass block above that. And above this. And maybe I'll just use slabs over here. Just because it's kind of more on theme. Oh, wow, I suck. There we go. We have right here, we'll just use a slab and a slab. Right here, a mob I am pretty sure can't spawn. Because that's not a full block. Unless like a baby zombie could spawn, but I don't think that's true. I think that's just mini HUD sometimes doesn't know like exactly where is a real spawning space or not. I believe that's why that is happening. I don't think that that's a real spawning space. Like you can see it shows that this block under here is a spawning space, but it's not. Because like why would it be? It has a slab on top. Or it has a wall on top. Make it 2 times faster by stacking everything upwards. Oh, you just mean like adding twice as many bees? I am aware that I could do that. I recall this farm being an absolute nightmare to make, to be honest. So I think I'm not going to do that. And I think I also have a lot of resources that I need to gather still. So I'm just going to gather those. I'm just going to gather... Oh, interesting. Oh. Huh. I'm just going to gather those resources, and while I gather them, it should probably... I'll probably wind up with all the stuff I need if I just let this farm run in the background. Hopefully. That's my thinking, because I really don't want to have to... I'm really not trying to, you know, have to build a whole nother one, because building a whole nother one would be a pain in the butt. Do I have any more hoppers anywhere? Huh, I don't. Interesting. Okay, there we go. And then put that in there. And yeah, it looks like we're pretty good now. I can just get rid of some of these shulkers that are chilling about. Yep. Looks like this should be done now. At least for the time being. I shouldn't have to modify this much. Is Bedrock better than Lagva? I do not personally think so. I think they're both very different games, but if you force me to choose, I will be real with you and tell you that I much prefer Java. I still like Bedrock a lot, but I definitely prefer Java to Bedrock. You rejoined Discord for about 1 week, but quit on Sunday again after noticing many cases of IRL bad luck. Dang. Bro, Discord is just out to get you, I think. It's unfortunate. Okay, let me just make... I want to get rid of this chest here. So let me just make one more shulker box to... Or maybe I might need 2. No, I think that seems like 1. I don't know why I put that down. But let me just make... one shulker box here. Okay, it's not even a full one. Nice. Let's just make it a full one. Oh, those cannot enter the system. Those stone blocks would be bad if they made it into the system. Oh, that's why I should rename those items. Let's just do that really quickly, because that's not a difficult task at all, and that will just make this a lot less breakable. There we go. The ideal name for anything is... I watched a video a while ago that was really interesting. It was basically like, what's the best thing to name your items that will be least likely that somebody else has an item named the same thing? And it was basically, the strat was just like, use a ton of random obscure characters from other languages and such in like multiple different characters, or like multiple different languages worth of characters. And I don't know, I thought that was really interesting, because it's obviously very unrealistic that you'll ever even have that issue. Like, that issue is not an issue. Like, nobody's carrying around, you know, stacks of stone that are named that. So it's not an issue, but it was interesting to hear about, like, people, like, how you could make it even less likely to happen. Great idea for my single-player world. Yeah. My shulker farm is currently broken, and I cannot fix it because of the bug you discovered last night. Yeah, I actually, today during my physics class, I wrote the script for the short. So, I don't actually know exactly when that will come out, because the short for tomorrow is already... well, granted, should be making it today. And then the short for Wednesday will more than likely be a snapshot short. So I don't actually know. So that'll come out, that short will probably come out in like a couple of days, but I can't believe that that's a thing. You know what's interesting though? It apparently is fixed in the next in the next preview, or in the preview apparently it's fixed. I should check that, but I saw I found a bug report for it, and it said it was fixed. So I'm gonna just put those in there, I guess, in case I ever need bottles. Whee! Restock your apples? I still have 18. I'm not that low on them. What mod? Oh, to see inside of the shulker box, I'm using Lightmatica, but I think a few mods are able to do that. I think Tweakaroo has something similar to that. I'm currently using Lightmatica for it. I'm just gonna load these in here, just because I currently don't want to carry around these shulker boxes of bone meal, and I don't really know what else to do with them, so here we go. We just restock. There we go. I love being rich enough that when I'm done with a shulker box, I just throw it onto the ground, and I just let it live there until it no longer lives there. I really don't feel like sorting a lot of these items, so we're just going to litter, and then they will despawn, and it'll be fine. I'm gonna actually go put these into the system, though. Alterrock is also breaking Rule 3. Is Rule 8 the don't be annoying rule? Is that the rule that he's breaking? Because I would argue that that's pretty dependent on what the mods think, not really what you think, you know? Why did I get pinged 3 times in Discord? Hold on, I'm looking at... Oh, okay. It is 6:08 here. Why did you put that in quotes? I only have a shulker and a half of shells left. I really need to fix my farm. Dude, you know, it's crazy because I don't even know if there's a way to fix it. You know what I do want to try, though? Hold on. Random tangent moment, chat. Okay, we're going to Bedrock Edition because I meant to try this earlier today and then I forgot to, so I have to try it now. What does that even mean? How come the F word is censored but not the F word? Oh, the S word. Oh, okay. I think the rule kind of for cursing is like generally I don't really give a darn if you have like light cursing, but like the F word is like a worse curse than the S word. All right, chat, hold on. We're just testing something. I wanted to test if relogging did the same thing. I don't think it will, but if you remember, relogging would teleport the item down from 32,000 to 500 to Y500. I wanted to see if it teleports. I wanted to see if it would teleport if I relog when the mob is in the void. Will it teleport them down? I don't think it will, but we're just gonna test. Why Bedrock? Because I have to try something really fast. Okay. Log out. Log back in. TP-pum4 at E type equals villager. I assume it died. Oh! Oh my gosh, it does work, chat. Chat, you can get them back. You can get them back as well. Wait, hold on. If there's Bedrock there, will it work? Wait, it did work. If there's Bedrock there, where does it teleport them is the question. Let's say there's the maximum amount of Bedrock layers. We're gonna try that again. So it might be possible for you to get your shulker back if you just log out and relog like instantly. But you used to have a 5-minute buffer, now you have about a 4-second buffer maybe. All right, log out, log back in. Why are you in Bedrock Edition? I'm trying an idea that I had earlier today that I was just wondering if it would work. Oh, it looks... Huh, interesting. You know what, let me try with the chicken. Because chickens fall way slower. So, when there was a hole here, it seemed to work fine, right? When there was a hole here, it seemed to work. Let's see, what's the idea? So, basically, we found yesterday that there's currently a bug in Bedrock Edition that anytime you put an entity through the end portal, it instantly falls into the void. It just it teleports below the bedrock. So if I put a chicken here and then jump through, and then TP-pum4 at E type equals chicken. Are there multiple chickens? Nope. See, there he is. He spawns beneath the bedrock, which is very silly and goofy. But the question then is, can you get them out of the void somehow? There used to be, this bug has existed for a while, but the bug used to be that it teleported the mob up. Instead of being beneath the bedrock, it teleported them to 33,000 blocks up in the air. So the question is, if I put this guy in and I relog, will it, so before, when it teleported them up, if you relogged, it teleported it down to 500. Instead of, it went from, for whatever reason, it teleported it from 500 to 33,000. So the question then is, can you somehow save the mob? That didn't seem to work. If we put this here, let's find out if that works. And the reason we're using a chicken is because chickens fall slower than villagers, so you have more time to do it. Whoa, that's so cool. The way you like toss the potion back and forth is amazing. All right, there we go. I actually am not even sure if that chicken went through the portal. I think I jumped through too early. Bam. Crap. Okay, so he's through. Disconnect. Reconnect. Is there some freeze command in Bedrock? I don't think so. There are too many targets right now. Where is the hole to the bottom? I don't know. Let's just dig down because I can't find it. Okay, so we have this guy here. He's not even, okay, so if we relog, where will he wind up? And where will I wind up? What do you think of the new actions and stuff update? It's good, I like it. Interesting. So this guy did not wind up anywhere different. What if there's that hole above him? Why does this song kind of fire, bro? Interesting, he isn't winding up above. The villager did that one time, though. I'm so confused about that. Bicep check? No. Oh, he's dead. So let's try putting water. The one time that it did work, there was water in this hole. I don't know why that would work, but there just happened to be water in the hole, and then it worked. So let's just see if that changes anything. It's so cool. I don't know if you can even do this in Java. I don't feel like you can. It's so cool that there's gravity on the items. Like, if you drop from high up, the chicken egg, like, floats out of your hand. That's such a crazy thing to even... Oh, not the chick, bro. I'm so sorry, chick. Oh, I knocked him out of the way. Yes, fly back, little buddy. This guy's cooked. He's so done for. I really don't know what's going on with Venom, but just ban him if it's... Instead of spending the entire stream arguing with him, just ban him if you need to. Not a very welcoming community. Have you considered that you might be annoying? I would argue that you are annoying. You're like constantly sending random lyrics from songs that nobody cares about. Why are we on Bedrock now? I'm just testing something. I guess I don't know if you've done that in a bit, but Yeah, I feel like... I don't know. I don't know exactly what rule Venom broke, but I'm gonna go ahead and side with the mods on this one. I've sided with Venom before, but in this instance, I'm just the fact that they can't just be, that they're not just like accepting it is what makes me like especially side with the mods. Wait, hold on. Get under that hole. I keep teleporting to them like an idiot. I don't know why I keep doing that. That's what I need to stop doing. If I teleport to him, it moves him. So I need to stop teleporting to him and just try disconnecting and reconnecting. I wanted to give him a door out of the prison. Yeah, you did say multiple times, like, let's just drop it, and he kept not dropping it. So I don't think that that's your fault. I don't know exactly who's in the right or wrong, but either way, he's arguing with a mod, and like you're telling him like, all right, let's just drop it, it's fine, and then he just like continuously was not fine about it. So, you know, too many targets. Okay. Still too many targets. I just want to see if any of them somehow made it up. It doesn't look like they did. Let's try with the villager again. What's up, Obito? How's it going? Started Bedrock Hardcore World. Any things to know? Bring a shield with you. Shields are good. Shields are useful. Okay, so there are no targets anymore. So let's try this again. We're gonna drop a villager with slow falling on it through. We'll get a villager and give him slow falling and then hit him through, just so that he has a bit of extra time before he dies. Crap. I had strength 200 something. All right, we're logging out, and we log back in. And then let's teleport to here. Nope, he did not. So it seems to me that there's no way to get your item or your mob out of the void. I don't know how that villager got there the one time. Oh, you know what? Let's try sending a shulker through. Type equals shulker, or TP. It should be TP-pum4 shulker, because shulkers are the only mob that you would really need to get into the void. Or that you would need to get out of the end. So it's not like a huge problem, but it certainly isn't good that it's in the game to begin with, especially because of the items. Because it impacts the items too, that's the problem. So if I just place that, okay, that guy did not place correctly. Okay, so what if I place that guy here? All right, let's see where he went. Oh, wait, this guy actually teleported to the very bottom of the world. So, okay, let's see. So here's what we're gonna see, because my theory on this, my theory is it might be possible to get a shulker out, but what you might have to do is you might have to have a big clearing down here so that the shulker has an area to teleport to. It smells like popcorn in my house. Interesting. So let's try this. All right, so we're gonna do this, and let's go like that. Flint and steel. Oh, whoa, that's a nice animation it has. Okay, so we have our area cleared out, right? Let's try putting a shulker through and see if it works. I'm not sure, because I'm not sure. It might spawn in the bedrock and suffocate, but maybe it will be able to teleport out. I'm not sure. Okay, so that went through. So let's teleport to the shulker. Oh! Wait. Huh? Oh my gosh, is there a way to break bedrock right now? Did that guy just... Did that hole exist already? Or did that guy teleport there and then break that? Hold on, we have to find out now. Sorry, I know I've derailed this stream, but... What do you really expect? I feel like 90% of my streams get derailed in some fun way, so... Trivia time! You dingus teriyaki, not even close, bro. Casual. Saw creator and did not. There's another question that's who is Minecraft's creator? Did it get rid of any bedrock anywhere? Let's put through a bunch of them and see if it gets rid of any of the bedrock. That'd be really funny if shulkers can just somehow break bedrock. Is there any useful reason to make snow golems aside from building with snow? I believe snow golems are used in some farms. Not a lot, and I don't know about bedrock farms, but snow golems I believe are used in a few farms. Relatively niche, like Wither. I believe Wither like obsidian farms often use snow golems. I accidentally broke one of the portal blocks. That's my bad. In case you're wondering why I'm putting them below, it's because when they open their shells, the shell hits the portal and teleports. All right, so we just put a bunch of them. Now let's go see. Let's see if there's any... Is there any frickin' heckin' bedrock broken? Okay, I just broke that bedrock. Okay, but so you can get... I forget who it was that was saying shulker farm, that was saying they needed a shulker for their shulker farm, but you can still get them. You just have to send them through, because it seems as though they spawn right beneath the bedrock and are able to just teleport up, so they do. So that's good, at least. At least you can get shulker farms to work still. It's really funny that that's a problem at all, but... Okay, anyways, chat, back to Java Edition. Sorry about that derailment of stream. I came here to put this into here. And also to just deposit one of those. And then one of those. I'm just trying not to create sugar by accident. I think a hole in the bedrock was from the chicken testing. I believe it was. I thought I patched up all the holes. I'm pretty sure now that I didn't, and that's why the hole was there. But I originally thought that it was. You're back in Java. Yay, I like Java better in my opinion. I do too. Interestingly, I think a large portion of my fans are Bedrock players now. Because I make so many videos about Bedrock. I don't even make videos about Bedrock like trying to cater to anyone. I just think that Bedrock is a fascinating version of the game. Like, yesterday when I had that really stupid bug happen that I was just messing with, when I had that bug happen, I believe I said, and I quote, after that happened, I said, I love Bedrock. And because that's like, I don't know, I find bugs in games in general to sometimes be charming, and that bug especially I find to be hilarious. So it was very amusing to me, and like I still really enjoy Bedrock, and you know, Bedrock, all the differences between Bedrock and Java I find very amusing. And so that's why I play it and talk about it. But some people, you know, some people will be like, you're pandering to the Bedrock kids, but I just think Bedrock's fun. Alterock. I think that's, I mean, I feel like he has said that before, that he just like thinks it's a waste of time, but he did say earlier today that he just wasn't on Discord because like he thought it gave him bad luck. And like, so like I don't know if you need to go as far as saying he wants like moral high ground on people. I think me and my friend once managed to break Bedrock blocks using TNT. Really? Alterock, you're our resident Bedrock expert. Can you break Bedrock in Bedrock? Like, can you at least the bottom of the void? Because the one thing that I think you could maybe do is to get your mob back is if you have a shulker, or if you had like a villager or something, you could like put down a boat and put a boat through the portal at the same time as the villager. The villager gets into the boat, and then you lead the boat if you can like break through that bedrock. Hey, thank you for the prime, Shy Moai. Appreciate you very much. Enjoy the 2,500 Pumkoins. Oop, bro got hit by stream elements. That's so weird. People do it on YouTube and it doesn't care at all, but on Twitch, you sent like barely any, or I guess you sent a decent amount of emojis, but sorry about that. I did not expect stream elements to do that. Yeah, but any primers in chat, guys? If you have Amazon Prime, little known fact, but if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually sign up for Twitch Prime, which basically allows you to subscribe to me once a month for completely free. And when you subscribe to me on Twitch, that gives me $5 a month. So it's pretty awesome because you just give me $5 a month at no cost to you, and then you get some free Pumcoins and stuff. And even the YouTube people can do it. If YouTube people go in Prime, I can transfer your points over to Twitch or over to YouTube. But yeah, any primers? I have Amazon Prime, but not Twitch. Bro, you gotta take money from Bezos and give it to me. You gotta sign up for Twitch just to use your Prime. For real, for real. For a short time, you could actually get Bedrock. Oh yeah, I did know about that. I have heard of that. That's really fun. Like, I fully... Getting Bedrock is probably too OP, but the ability, like, if you have a long-term Bedrock world, that's really fun if you just have Bedrock blocks. Like, I'm very much in favor of exploiting glitches, as you guys know. And I think that glitches are... I think the Minecraft community has embraced that glitches are part of the game, and you can... And, like, a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people who play Minecraft seem to understand that, like, it's kind of just, like, fine. It's, like, with a lot of Minecraft players, it's just fine to use... It's totally fine to use glitches and such. Farms ruin Minecraft. Yeah, that's a really bad take that I have seen a number of times. I've seen people be like, I got this comment a number of times on my Happy Ghast, like my videos talking about how to turn Happy Ghasts into a warplane. I made like 5 of them. Surprisingly, I didn't see that many videos saying like this guy's milking the Happy Ghast, but I saw a number of comments being like, why can't we just have fun with the Happy Ghast? And I'm like, brother, this is me having fun with the Happy Ghast. This is what is fun to me. Like, that's why this is so much fun. I am... Oh. Huh. Who is this guy? Like, I am having fun with the happy gas. This is awesome. I love being able to just, like, do that, you know? It's great. How much deep slate do I have? Ooh, I do not have enough. Alright, chat, it's deep slate mining time, I guess. Oh, goodness. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. I can't tell you the last time I mined deep slate by hand, chat. You know what I'm thinking, though? Let's go do it in a place that it's productive to do so. And I'm thinking at the back of the Hall of Fame plots, I just start digging out by hand so that I just, like, so that when I need to expand it, I have that expansion room, you know? I think that's kind of big brain if you ask me. Chat, y'all ever watch Family Feud? I watch Family Feud clips that get posted to Snapchat a lot, and some of the questions are very funny because they'll be like, what part of Steve Harvey's wiener do you want to touch the most? And it's like, how is that a real question? That's an exaggeration, but one of the real questions that Family Feud had, this is a real question, you can look it up, was, we asked 100 women to name one thing you'd like Steve Harvey to do to your bottom. That is a real question that was on Family Feud. And, like, I don't understand why Steve Harvey's writers are just, like, making questions that are just, like, ego boost to Steve Harvey. What's the stupidest hate comment you've seen on one of your videos or shorts? This actually isn't that stupid, but I just want to talk about this. I made a short a while ago that was very much a clickbaity short, but I thought it was funny because it is technically true, right? This short was called Mojang is Ruining Iron Farm. And it intentionally says Iron Farm, not Iron Farms, because if you remember that short, and you may not, and I don't blame you if you don't, but the concept of that short was basically Mojang made it so that Ravagers no longer had as far of reach, and because they no longer had as far of reach, it broke my specific iron farm. And so I named it Mojang is Ruining Iron Farm as, like, clickbait, but also it is technically true. And so the video was basically me just saying, Mojang is ruining my iron farm. But I only noticed this yesterday because I was just looking at comments and I saw a new one. But it was multiple people commented, like, and do not recommend this channel to me ever again. And I was like, that's so funny. People got so mad that I wasted 1 minute of their time by telling them something that isn't even untrue. I didn't even clickbait them. I literally told them a true thing about Minecraft and something that in my opinion is pretty interesting. The fact that, you know, you can build a farm like this and then that Mojang is changing it. But they got so mad about that they were like, do not recommend this channel to me. Never again, YouTube. And that's not, like, a stupid hate comment, because I understand why people would be mad if they, like, were concerned that they, you know, they watched it because they were like, if they're gonna break my iron farm, and then it only broke my iron farm. But I still thought it was funny. Stupidest hate comment, though. I don't even know. Sometimes when I do things that I think are funny, they don't land as well with other people. A while ago, I needed to... So, I'm maybe gonna move away from this, we'll see. But I was trying to make my videos all... I typically try to make all my videos 1 minute long because TikTok pays me if they're 1 minute long. So, or if they're 1 minute or longer. So I make them exactly 1 minute so they can go on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. And so... So basically, one short, I, like, forgot to record a line, and Granted was like, no, let me cook, I got this. And so Granted just edited in a loading circle to the screen. And I laughed really hard when I saw that, so I was like, okay, this is funny. I'm just gonna leave it in instead of adding another line. And some of the people on TikTok were like, wow, you are scum. You are like a piece of garbage for making your video 1 minute long so that TikTok pays you, like, by doing this. And I was like, damn. Really is not that deep, bro. YouTube Shorts can go up to 3 minutes. I am aware of this, but well, it's easier for me to make a 1 minute short than a 3 minute short. So 1 minute works out well because it works on TikTok and YouTube. And then B, there's a very common thing in the shorts world is a company will pay you to use their music in shorts. And so that's what I do. That's what a lot of shorts creators do. But that only works if the short is under a minute long, or a minute or under. If you use the 3 minute shorts, it won't do that for you. So hate over a fake loading screen. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, people seemed really mad about that. I was like, that's crazy, because, you know, I used to see videos where they did similar to that, right? But what they did was much more egregious. I saw this one creator who, to get his videos to the 1 minute mark, he would put at the end of each video like a 10-second countdown. And nobody seemed to have an issue with it. Everyone would watch those videos and be like, yeah, get your bag, bro. But then, like, when I put a literally like less than 1 second long loading screen, people got mad. And I just put it in because I thought it was, well, I did need to get to the 1 minute mark, but I could have recorded an extra line or something to get it to the 1 minute mark. I just thought it was really funny, so I left it in, but other people didn't think it was as funny as I did. You should make a short that is just a loading circle. Yeah, I think one of the things that was maybe why people didn't like it was that on TikTok, the loading circle doesn't look like that. So, like, on YouTube, I think on YouTube it was more convincing, but on TikTok it wasn't. But whatever. It did get me the extra money. I don't think that video did very well because people were, like, pissed off and probably clicked, like, don't recommend this channel or whatever. Like, the TikTok equivalent of that is. But I did get however much money from that short because it did in fact go over a minute. And I checked because I've heard that some people have said, like, oh, making it over a minute long is patched now because, like, TikTok has an algorithm to tell if you are, like, stretching it, but evidently my loading circle got past the TikTok algorithm. Someone should make a whole movie with a flashy cover that's just a loading circle. I think that'd be a bad idea in terms of, like, it would definitely just cost you money to make that. Because I'm fairly certain that to get a movie screened in a theater, you need to, like, you need to pay them some amount of money for it. That's a cool emoji thing on your face cam. Thank you. Chat, you know, random free Poppy promo, but Poppy sent me free soda a while back, and some of it is pretty good. Some of it is pretty nasty, but some of it's pretty good. The lemon lime one is pretty good. I just remembered that I had one sitting next to me, so it's definitely Poppy sent me the free stuff definitely in hopes that I would review it in, like, a short or something, but the best they're getting is a mention in my live stream. It's really interesting because I was thinking, like, oh, I should at least make, like, a community post about it or something. And then I talked to some, like, some YouTubers that I know, and they were like, no, never do anything for free for a company, because if you do, they will expect you to do that in the future. They'll never be willing to pay you for, like, a community post or anything, because they'll be like, oh, well, last time he just wanted free Poppy in exchange for a promo, so this time will probably be the same. We can just send him some free Poppy, you know? Can you turn the human filter off? I'm not mining for gold right now, so no. Have you seen the creeper mill? I don't think so. What block would you remove and why? Just remove it altogether. Like, if I had to remove one. Ooh, Huh. It's an interesting question. What the Sigma? Sorry. That's a really good question. Oh, gold. I will mind a little bit of gold. Creeper milk? Glow lichen? I guess removing glow lichen wouldn't really impact the game majorly. I feel like I could remove, I feel like you could remove, like, just like a random wood type without it really being an issue. Like, I could remove, like, the like, chiseled bamboo blocks. Because that's, like, those are, like, a very niche block that I don't think a lot of people are using. So, like, that could be a good item if you had to remove one item. I don't think there's any blocks in the game that I can think of that are, like, actively bad, you know? There are mobs in the game that are, like, I would remove them, but I don't think... I mean, you guys let me know. Like, if you guys have any ideas, I would like to hear them. But I can't currently think of any blocks that I would rather just be entirely removed from the game. I think for me, most blocks are like either I don't use them or I do use them, but none of them are like, I hate this block pisses me off, you know? What are you trying to build right now? I'm building a massive sheep fricker, but I need like 3 shulker boxes of deep slate, so I'm getting that right now. I love your bunny totem. Thank you. Appreciate that. I have a funny mob idea. It just randomly decides whether or not it's going to attack you. What would it be like called or textured like? I would love to remove a specific shade of leather armor with cyan, black, then red. Why? Is it just like ugly? It's interesting. You know, I don't think remove soul sand. Soul sand is hella useful though. Like soul soil can't be used in bubble columns either. So like you need soul sand. Soul sand is actually a very useful block. I would not want to remove soul sand at all. I think a random purely decorational block would be like the best thing. Like the literally just one of like cracked nether brick. There you go. Cracked red nether brick. That's the block I'm removing. Nobody uses that. I think that exists. If cracked red nether brick doesn't exist, then just cracked nether brick. But nobody uses that. It doesn't spawn naturally as far as I know. It almost looks exactly the same as regular nether brick. Just remove it. No one would care. If I had to remove one, literally any item added in the spring drop. No, I like the bushes. The bushes are nice. The one person in the world who does use cracked red nether brick is going to be so mad when they update their game and then the next version, their entire castle is gone. Lingering water bottle. I think the question was block. Like, what block would you remove? But, yeah, that's fair. You could also remove pale moss. I think pale moss I wouldn't care about. We have regular moss, so pale moss I don't really think needs to be in the game at all. Remove bats. Yeah, you could definitely remove bats without changing the game whatsoever. It would actually make some farms easier to build because you wouldn't need the bat switch, you know? Arrow of splashing? Yeah. Well, if we're talking items I think is a lot easier because there are plenty of completely useless items. And it's mainly in the potion. It's mainly potions because you can just get like a splash potion of water. Remove void block. I feel like that serves a purpose, though. I like my answer. Cracked nether brick. I don't think anybody's using that. You know what's a hot take? This is a hot take, but I don't think that Minecraft needed netherite. I think you could remove netherite and Minecraft would still be almost the exact same game that it currently is right now. I know that's a very hot take, but I really don't, like, I use netherite because it's the best armor, but I don't feel like you needed it. Like, I don't feel like Minecraft needed a new armor set at all. They just got it. And I'm not complaining. Like, it doesn't take away from the game. But if I had to, like, go back in time and revert some major change, I feel like netherite would probably be the first to go in my mind. Most other changes, I would say, are more valuable than netherite is. I would remove nothing because the combo of everything creates Minecraft. Oh, no, that's true. I'm saying, like, in the hypothetical situation where I am forced, I'm told remove one thing from Minecraft or they'll kill you, you know? In that hypothetical, what I would possibly take away is netherite. I would remove tough. I'm saying like a major addition. Although I don't know if tough would count as like a major addition to the game, but I honestly think I would take tough blocks over netherite because I would prefer a building block to an armor set that makes you like 5% less likely to die. Like, it doesn't have anything except for more. It really does very little. It's just like a slightly better version of diamond armor. Gilded Blackstone. I like the way Gilded Blackstone looks. Infested Cobblestone. Yeah, that's valid. You could definitely remove an infested block. You know what, actually? An infested block would probably be the best block to remove, because I think infested blocks are the only example that I can really think of a block that is actively bad. Like, I never find infested cobblestone or infested stone bricks and think, yay! It's always like, oh my gosh, I have to deal with silverfish now. So I actually think that that's the correct answer. I think Shy Moai just came up with the answer. Knockback resistance, I feel like who cares, to be honest. I feel like if I had to remove something major, netherite armor would be a fine pick. What about soul torches? I like soul torches. Soul torches are cool for certain builds. Infested stone comes before stone if you search up stone. Interesting. CPVPers care a lot. I mean, that's fair. I don't personally, but I guess I don't personally, but then again, I'm not a crystal PvPer, so that might just be how it is. I'm having mob spawn. Interesting. I thought that my mob switch would be working by now. They should just remove stone. Remove Alterrock, his account just gets banned. Dash is a sniper's dream. Is that a forehead joke? That's actually quite an original forehead joke, so I actually can't even complain. That's a good forehead joke, I won't lie. Got a big target. You know the end dimension mods where it adds mods and cool biomes and enderite, the chestplate infused with the elytra? Okay, hot take. Well, maybe not super hot take. I don't know. It kind of depends on who you ask, but I think that combining an elytra and a chestplate is a bad idea. I think elytras are already quite overpowered. But I think that the only thing that stops an elytra from being, like, absurdly overpowered is that you take more damage when using one because you can't have a chestplate on. I've heard that one before? Really? Oh, I don't know if I have. Or at least I don't remember it. So, elytras absolutely should not be combined with the chestplate. I fully agree, yeah. I think from a perspective of game balance, it would just be bad. It would just be bad for the balance of the game. And not everyone cares about game balance, but I do to some extent. That's why I want elytras nerfed. I just don't like the way that they nerfed them, okay? They nerfed elytras in the newest snapshot, and I plan on making a short talking about that. But I don't like the way that they nerfed them. I think that they should nerf them in terms of, like, speed or something, or in terms of durability. I think durability might be the best thing to nerf them in. That's actually, I've talked about this on stream before, but my idea for how to rebalance shulker boxes, or not shulker boxes, elytras, is by making them have a durability based on time. I think it would be very unique as well, which would be cool. But I think you make it so that the durability is time-based. So you have about 30, you have like 10 seconds to fly before your elytra breaks. And then with Unbreaking 3, it's like maybe a minute to fly before your elytra breaks. And then once you land, it recharges. So it'd almost be like an attack cooldown system. So once you land, your elytra would just automatically repair. And I think that would be a really good solution, but I know not everyone will agree with that. I feel like probably most people would not agree with that, but I think it would be cool. Smart. I think it would be a good way to balance them. And then, but with that, you have to buff the other transportation methods. I've been desperately praying to MoJesus that Mojang will make a transportation overhaul update. I've been desperately wanting them to do that, and the Happy Ghast is like the first step towards that, but I don't know if they're, I don't know if they're going to continue. We'll see tomorrow, but if they decided to make horses better, boats are actually fine. Horses better, minecarts better, elytras worse, or elytras different is my thinking. Elytras should be different. Not worse or better, but different. Well, they probably would wind up being net worse, but that would be fine. But if they made horses and rails better, and then nerfed elytras, and then you have the Happy Ghast, you would have my ideal idea of Minecraft transportation is that everything should be used for different things. You shouldn't just have elytras outclass everything. It should be minecarts are really fast transportation, but they have a lot of setup. They're quite fast transportation, but they have a lot of setup because you need rails and you need powered rails. But they can go over things. They can go around things. Ice boats are the king of transportation, right? They are the fastest, but they require the most setup because you have to be, to have an ice boat path, it has to be perfectly flat. You have to like dig through mountains, and it requires ice, which is relatively expensive, right? Horses would be would be not as fast as minecarts or ice boats, but horses can go wherever. My change for horses is you just make the max speed that a horse can go significantly faster, but you have to breed them to get there. So you can breed a horse a bunch of times and get a really fast horse, like maybe twice as fast or something of a horse. But then the bigger change would be you would have 2 new enchantments for horse armor, and the horse armor could have Frostwalker, and that Frostwalker would make it so that your horse can just run across oceans, because that's kind of one of the most annoying things about horses, that you can't run across oceans. And then the other thing that you could get would be some enchantment that makes leaves break around horses, because trying to bring a horse through a forest, if you've ever tried to do that, is a nightmare because they get stuck on every single leaf. So those would be my 2 enchantment ideas for a horse, and it would be so great. I missed last stream. How close are you to finishing? Not close at all. I'm not even close. I'm not even very close to getting all the resources that I need. Why is the first thing that everyone thinks when joining the stream is a Happy Ghast fricker? I haven't seen anyone think that. I would make it so horses could straight up clip through leaves. That would also be fine. It would be kind of weird, especially based on the perspective that you have. Like I would just imagine the way that first person view would look going through leaves would be really weird. But I think that those changes would make the transportation of Minecraft so much better. I actually didn't mention the minecart changes I would make. Here's the changes I make to minecarts, okay? You add a new rail. It's called the calibrated rail. If you've watched my shorts, you've heard me talk about it. You make the calibrated rail. It's set up like a note block. So if you click it, you change the speed of it. So you can put down calibrated rails, and you can set them normal powered rails are left completely alone. Nothing changes about them, right? But if you make the calibrated rail, which uses copper, which gives copper a use, which would be awesome. Everyone wants copper to have a use. So if you make the calibrated rail, you can set them to speed 15, and it would be like 4 times as fast as a regular rail. Or you could set them to speed 1, and it would be really slow. And you make it so that rails can go upside down and on walls. And then you've now, this is coming from me who really, really loves roller coasters, but you could make amazing roller coasters because you'd be able to do launches using the calibrated rails, changing speeds. You'd be able to make them go upside down. You'd be able to make them go on walls. It'd be incredible. It would be so good. Please, Mojang, make minecarts upside down. Do you stream tomorrow? I should, yeah. What if I drink Poppy instead of water for hydrate? I just spilled on myself, chat. Yeah, that's my idea for how you can make Minecraft transportation amazing and perfect, and there's no problems with it as far as I'm concerned. Why don't you have tunnel bores? Well, I guess that's a good question. I would need to smelt all of it after. But that's actually a really good question that I could do. I could set that up. I could set up a couple tunnel bores. I just haven't done that yet in this world. I haven't actually needed deep slate for anything prior to this. And I would say I'm fairly close. I'm pretty sure I'm fairly close to being done with getting all the resources. Okay, I can't. Oh no, it's doing that thing again. I just wanted to look at the material list without it being there, and now I have that. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna turn it off for now. How do you think the transition will look? Yes, so that's the one thing. From floor to wall would be weird. I would think that you would have to have the rails be able to curve. And so here, let me just launch Spline Cart, okay? So Spline Cart is a mod that adds roller coasters to Minecraft. And I love the mod so much because it's so fun to build roller coasters in Minecraft. Like I said before, I absolutely adore roller coasters. I think going upside down would be very easy to implement without it looking weird, right? Going upside down, you could implement without it looking weird at all, right? Here's Spline Cart. Because what you could do for upside down, so this is basically how it looks in Spline Cart. But what you could do to make it upside down is you would have bam, 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 and then you have this would be another rail, and then you'd have an upside down one of these like that. And that would look fine. I think that would look literally fine. I don't think it would look bad at all. However, I do think that this looks a little funky, but I ultimately would not. I think people would get used to it, and it would be so cool that people would not mind it. It would have to be. You wouldn't. This does not look like it belongs in Minecraft. As much as it's really fun, this obviously doesn't belong in Minecraft because these guys are clipping outside of the barrier of blocks. Like this is in multiple blocks. But if you could make them go on walls like this, this guy doesn't clip outside of the block. And so I think that's fine. Like if the transition couldn't go outside of blocks, it would be fine. This is the mod Spline Cart. So I'll show you. It's really cool. Especially, you know, as a roller coaster enjoyer. If I go on this, whee! This is a roller coaster I built a while ago. You guys want to ride it with me? Here, let's ride this roller coaster that I built, okay? So I really, really like this mod. It's just not necessarily perfect for vanilla Minecraft, but whee! Also, the one thing that this mod doesn't do is add different types of powered rails, at least unless they added that. But this mod, I would say one of the few things it needs is the ability to have minecarts go faster and like change speed. I tried to do like kind of a decently realistic roller coaster layout for this. I don't know exactly how good it is, but I think it's kind of good. And I had like the mid-course brake runs, if you know about roller coasters as well. And I think this is where I stopped. It's really smooth. It is. It's an amazing mod. I haven't even updated it in months, so it might be even better now. But I ultimately think if Mojang decided that like this is too weird, right? Like this does look a little bit weird, especially considering like I think if Mojang added it, what they would have to do is on the roof, it would be like this. On the roof, it would have to be like that instead of like just curving, because this block goes between two blocks, which is weird. But I think I could get over it personally. I'm not sure if everyone could, but I could personally get over it, and I would just adore, at the very least, I think making minecarts go upside down would be fine. I think it might be difficult to make them go on walls without it looking kind of weird, but you could for sure make them do this. You could also, what you could do without it looking weird is you could have it, you could have, you know how the rail is able to go like this? What if you could just in your head, I need you guys to imagine, you rotate it so it's a banked turn. You know what I mean? You just have it, like this, but instead of it being connected to the ground in here, it would be connected on this side to the ground and on this side to that. I don't get it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. You'd have, instead of it being just flat, this one side would be connected to there, and you could bank the turns. That would be fine. That would be a really good change, I think. I almost just choked. I am not. Don't buy Poppy, it'll kill you. No, they gave me free stuff, so maybe buy them. But I also like this Poppy, but I'm not experienced. I don't drink carbonated drinks a lot, and 2 times today, the carbonation has like caused me to choke, which is really weird. Look at how fun that is, though. Is that not awesome? Would that not be absolutely goated for vanilla Minecraft? If you ask me, yeah, this is Spline Cart. If you ask me, I would absolutely adore seeing something like this in Minecraft. Whee! This mod, when I first found it, I had a ridiculous amount of fun just playing around with it. It is really, really a fun thing. I can't hear you? That seems like a you problem. You should try playing other games instead of Minecraft. I'm mainly a Minecraft fan. The one game that I purchased recently was I bought frickin', oh wow, this is disorienting. I bought Planet Coaster 2, and I spent a few hours on it, but man, something about Minecraft's grid-basedness makes it so simple and easy to do things in. Planet Coaster, you're able to do things like without just anywhere, right? And so I just like, I couldn't fully get behind the fact that just like the simple fact that it's difficult to build something because you have no limitations at all, and you can build anything you want. So like, and also some of it is just hard to control. I would just say like block-based is real easy. Like I want to build a mountain, I go like this, you know? I spent like 4 hours building a mountain in Planet Coaster using like a very weird tool that shaped things. So. Hippopota monstro thediquipa. Oh, Jesus. That's hard. It says it's compatible. It's not compatible with those. I think this is 1.21. I'm excited, chat. I'm going to Six Flags Great Adventure pretty soon. I'm going on Not, oh, I'm going actually this coming Sunday. So if anyone happens to be at a Six Flags Great Adventure on that day, come say hi. But yeah, I'm very excited because I love roller coasters, and one of the tragic things about living on the East Coast is that it's during the winter, just like every amusement park closes except for like indoor ones, and indoor ones are typically not that good. And I'm a huge roller coaster enthusiast, so I just sit during the winter and I just get sad because I'm just like, you know when you have like a craving for a specific food? I have that, but I have a craving to like go on a roller coaster and I just can't. You should do another Hypixel with viewers this weekend. I'm gonna do Hive with viewers this weekend because I did Hypixel last week and I alternate back and forth between them. You're lucky, Dash. Oh, I absolutely am. Like, I'm sure some people, if you don't live in the US as well, if you don't live in the US and you're a coaster enthusiast, then you're in even worse of shape than I am, because like roller coasters are just, the US has a ton of roller coasters compared to other countries. Hive is peak. I really like playing the Hive, honestly. The Hive with viewer streams, it might be because they're newer, like I haven't done as many of them, but the Hive with viewer streams sometimes are more fun than the Hypixel with viewer streams. I'm scared of coasters. That's fair. Pesto is too. Pesto's my girlfriend, for anyone who doesn't know. She's also quite afraid of roller coasters, but I've been trying to get her to be less afraid of them so that she'll go on them with me. She's actually the one going with me to Great Adventure. And so she's very afraid of the tall ones. And one of the things that I'm really excited about at Great Adventure is the newest roller coaster is not super tall, and it also doesn't start with a big drop. Like, that's one of the things that she's afraid of, is like going up this big hill and then dropping. But the new coaster they added goes like back and forth, and then it kind of goes upside down and stuff, and so it's like a launched coaster. So I believe a launched coaster will be much more Pesto's speed, but she has not been on one yet, so we'll find out. But I think she'll prefer that. I went on Lightning Rod and passed out on all the drops. Dang. I really want to go on Lightning Rod. They're bringing Universal Studios to Texas? Oh, really? I think I heard about that, but I thought it was just a water park. Are they actually building like a whole amusement park? I thought it was just a water park. The worst coaster I've been on was Goofy's Sky School in Disneyland. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Is that still a thing? It might be in California Disney. So I am a roller coaster enthusiast, not as much a theme park enthusiast. So like, I don't care about Disney because pretty much every Disney roller coaster is mid as hell, except for Expedition Everest is a very fun roller coaster, and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is probably my number 1 or number 2 favorite roller coaster of all time. But that is not, the roller coaster is extremely fun, but the theming is brilliant, and I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, they're some of my favorite movies. Probably my favorite movie right now is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, so I just love that ride to begin with, but then it's also extremely fun. I've only been on it once, though, but aside from that, like some people are like, the Tron ride's really good. I haven't been on it personally, but from watching the POV, it looks fairly mid. Have you went on Superman and Six Flags? Which one? There's a Superman at like every Six Flags park. Nice choice on movies, Dash. Thank you. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, especially, so I'm a huge animal lover. I think you guys probably know that already, but the animals, no movie has ever made me cry as hard as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 did, because it's just all the animals and them spoiler alert for the movie, minor spoilers, because you can probably see this from the trailer, but they're like, it's an origin story about Rocket and his like traumatic life, and I cried so much throughout that movie. You should be more excited for Avengers Doomsday. I am. I didn't say that I wasn't. I'm still on the Marvel train. I know a lot of people have fallen off. I never fell off the Marvel hype train. I still really enjoy Marvel movies. Generally, there are some that are not great. I saw Captain America: The Winter Soldier, or no, Captain America: Brave New World, sorry, recently. And that movie was very mid, I will admit. I actually very much enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I enjoyed decently Thor, Love and Thunder. I enjoyed a lot The Marvels. I think The Marvels is very overhated. It had some of the best action scenes in any Marvel project in many years, I think. It didn't have that good of a story, but it had really, really good action scenes, and I was just sitting there, jaw dropped, because the action scenes were so fantastically choreographed. But that's kind of besides the point. But I'm still a Marvel fan, and I'm seeing Thunderbolts on Thursday, and I'm very excited to do so. How did Steve get an elytra if he just entered the nether? Yeah, my friend realized that. I can't believe I didn't, but my friend realized that. He was like, wait, they haven't been to the end. How do they have elytras? That's just probably a nightmare to sit behind at the movies. Why? Maybe at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because I was crying the whole time. But aside from that, I think I'm fairly respectful at the movies. I might laugh at the jokes, but I feel like that's kind of just like, you know, you're kind of supposed to do that. I'm an animal lover while building a sheep fricker. Well, it's a Minecraft creature, so I'm not an animal lover towards the Minecraft creatures. Except for rabbits. I just have a rule because I have a rabbit in real life. I don't harm rabbits in Minecraft. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, it would be so much more convenient to just kill this rabbit than like in like creative testing worlds. In my lead testing world, it would be way more convenient for me to just kill the rabbit, but instead I get a lead and I lead it and I bring it far away. It's so extra, but it's just like what I do. I can't kill the little bunnies. You need to make a video where you create frickers for every mob. I did. Do you guys remember a while ago I was testing an Ender Dragon fricker? I went to the Minecraft and got a water bucket thrown at me. Oh my gosh. Baby, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. I would get put on a list so fast. I would not be allowed within 1,000 feet of a school zone. Make a player fricker? Dude, you know, you know what I'm gonna do? If my parents are like, if my parents question my choice to build a giant sheep fricker, I'm gonna be like, okay, guys, listen, it's a Minecraft meme. And if they don't believe me, I'm gonna pull up, Dream has made like 10 different shorts lately. This is the biggest Minecraft YouTuber on the platform. Has made like 5 different shorts where he fricks DeQuavis with an end rod. So like, I'm gonna be like, look, literally, it's a Minecraft meme. Parents, please don't disown me. Look, I'm telling you, it's real. Make sure the pistons work. The piston will work. That's why I'm gathering all these resources. Dash's head makes him 2.5 blocks tall. I wish, bro. Actually, do I know? 2.5 blocks would be like, you know how when you get to, you guys may or may not know this. I don't know when Pesta's coming over, by the way. She hasn't texted me. One second. Who do I keep looking at? I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking at the guy holding a gun to my head off screen who's telling me, everyone like this. He's telling me that I have to say, everyone like the stream, and if you really enjoy the stream, make sure to subscribe and maybe even drop a dono if you have the money and if you really like the stream. Please feed my family, and the guy that I'm looking at slightly off stream might kill me if you don't donate. Oh, Pesto said, boy, I've been waiting. Okay, I didn't know that. You're supposed to text me and be like, hey, are you gonna end soon? Bro is at gunpoint. It's Pesto who has me at gunpoint, chat. Chat, I need donos to fund Pesto's dates. She's holding me at gunpoint, making me say this. If I don't say it, then she will probably shoot. I don't know. All right, rolling the credits. Thank you to my subscribers. Shy Moai, very much appreciated. Thank you to my Twitch chatters. Also the YouTube moderators, Styrofoam, Alterock, Sharoos, Teriyaki Chicken, and Pesto. Thank you to all of the YouTube chatters. I'm not going to even attempt to say all of their names because there are a lot of them and it would take me like 10 minutes and they moved way too fast for me to say all of them. But if you see yourself in the credits, you know, type something in chat if you find yourself. How long do you think it will take to gather all the resources? A while. This is a big machine, so. Oh wow, look at Pesto right at the end. Pesto I think is the last person on there. That's crazy. All right, well, with that being said, chat, Pesto is waiting for me patiently. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. What's today's date? Let's just do 4/28/25 sheep fricker. There we go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I will see you guys all tomorrow for I think more of this. Tuesdays is just more of this. So, see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. See you guys. Peace out. Goodbye. Have a good night. Join the Discord as well, if you please. That's the Discord link. So, join that. See you guys later. Bye, everyone.